It's that time of year. It's getting colder, it's getting darker earlier, and the leaves are falling off the trees. It's autumn, which means that things all around us are changing, nature's changing, and things in the garden are looking very different to what they were a couple of months ago. My microphone, which as you can see I spent ages untangling, decided not to work, so you've got voiceover Kazzy from the comfort of my bed because it's raining and it's cold. So I sat down just to explain a little bit about what had been happening in the garden. I've had quite a few comments on Facebook and YouTube and Instagram asking about why there haven't been any Tunnel Tuesdays, why I haven't done any updates on the harvest and things like that. And a few people have expressed that they're very disappointed. And I'm really sorry. I'm really sorry if I've let anybody down. But I did say from the very beginning that this isn't a fake posed channel. This is life. This is my life. And it's real. And sometimes things happen. Now, if you've watched any of my other vlogs, my weekly vlogs, you may well know already. But for those of you who haven't been keeping up, unfortunately my mum, my best friend, she passed away in July. And honestly, since then, my heart's not really been in a lot of things. I've not really felt like gardening, tending to my plants. And unfortunately, I let things go. I hadn't been keeping an eye on it, and a lot of it has died. We've left a lot of it to rot and to go over. A lot of it's gone to seed. And as you can see behind me there in this footage, the pumpkin vines are yellowing and dying. Part of that is just to do with the time of year, but part of it is because I left it unattended all summer. I just haven't had the heart to do it. And it is disappointing. And if it's disappointing to you, I can guarantee you it is much more disappointing to me. I poured a lot of love and time and energy into this project, and to see it in the state it's in now, it breaks my heart a little bit. I never wanted to see it like this, but unfortunately, as I said, life gets in the way sometimes. And there's no point being sad about it. My mum always said, onwards and upwards. That was her motto. And she said it to the point where we all got sick of hearing it. But I'm trying to live by that at the moment. And the best thing I can do is clear all this mess up. Start again. There's always next year. They're just plants. And it hasn't been a total write-off. We've had some crops, we've had some harvest. I'm still getting some. So this Tunnel Tuesday is just going to be a bit of a tidy up, a bit of an update. And as I said, I'm really sorry that some of you are disappointed in me. I hope that you understand why I've been quiet on the gardening front and why things have been difficult. And I hope that you continue to watch, because there will be more gardening videos in the future. We just had a bit of a lapse, that was all. So as you can see here, the bean trellis has blown over in a lot of the horrible weather we've had. It's still standing, the beans are still going strong. And as you can see, the pumpkin arch has also blown and is leaning. There are still so many beans on this plant though. Lots of tiny ones that are still growing and lots of huge ones. It's been a couple of days since I checked it last. And there are some absolutely ginormous beans on there. Look at the size of that one. So, yeah, the beans have done me really proud. I've barely done anything to them. I popped them in the ground and left them to it. And they have just been so prolific. They have produced and produced and produced. I've got bags of them in the freezer and I've got plenty in the fridge. So, if you want an easy plant, runner beans are obviously the way to go. The peas are all done. They're gone. And the chard is still going. A lot of it has gone to seed and a lot of it is bolted and is looking a bit worse for wear. But as you can see, there's still some pretty good stems in there. So that just needs a really good clean out. That's something to do this week, is to pull all the spent plants out and just keep the good ones in there just for the final few weeks that we can. And as you can see, all the pumpkin vines are pretty much dead. It's almost time to harvest them anyway. I'm going to leave them on there just for a bit longer, just to see if we can get them to go to Halloween. Mike had a little look in the polytunnel for me and he found me a nice cherry tomato. A little gem. So this was the summer squash plant and I thought this was done. I thought we'd had the last of it and I was getting ready to pull it up. And I've just spotted 2 more little summer squash. This was another fantastic producer. I had 1 plant and I have got bags and bags and bags of squash in the freezer and several in the kitchen. It was absolutely wonderful. I will definitely be growing that again. This pumpkin went a little bit odd. Its skin's gone all strange, but it will definitely do for carving and, you know, decorating for Halloween, which was the main purpose of growing these large orange pumpkins anyway, to be honest. The kids are going to love that. That's a little crown prince squash. He's still got some growing to do. The vine he's on is still alive, so we'll leave him be. And these 2 have just sprouted out of nowhere. They've just appeared in the last few days. So we'll leave them be, see if we can get anything from them as well. And this fella, this is our favourite. We use Mike's head for size comparison. He kept banging his head on it every time we walked past. But that is just a giant pumpkin, a giant orange pumpkin. And that's going to be our main jack-o'-lantern this Halloween. And as you can see, there's another little one there. Not quite as big, but still sizable. And there's another little crown prince hanging on the fence at the back there. That's got a beautiful blue, grey, green colour. That one's ready to go. And they are delicious. One of my little flowers there that I planted. Little calendula. I planted those back in the summer, I don't know if you remember. And none of them flowered. They all sort of just disappeared. But this one's decided that it wanted to come out and say hello in October. Isn't it a beautiful colour? Same story in the beetroot bed, I'm afraid. Plenty of leaves there, but not much in the way of beetroot. We've had a few, and they were very nice. But again, I didn't thin them because I didn't have time. Here are the last of the summer squash that I harvested the other day. These big white ones, these lovely vibrant yellow. So that's the last of them. So this is the last of the courgettes. I've got loads of cucumbers. And then the beans keep coming. That's from the other day. I'd cook those up. But that's the last of the fresh. I've been busy. None of this made it onto any vlogs. But we've got peas, which you can see there's not many left. Squash. A lot of squash. Courgettes. Blackberries. That's banana. Oh, chard. Single portions of chard. They're all blanched and ready to go. So yeah, I have got quite a lot. But it's all just frozen. As you can see, you know, August, end of August or mid-August. So yeah, I managed to get some harvested. Unfortunately things went a bit downhill after that. So this is the bit I had been putting off for ages. Going into the Polytunnel. I can barely bring myself to look in there recently. Look at the state of it. It's completely overgrown. There's a lot of rot and mildew. Most of the tomatoes have gone mouldy and squishy, and it's just a really sad state of affairs. And like I say, I've just not really been able to bring myself to do anything with it because I was disappointed and I was sad about it. But, you know, it's time for a fresh start. Oh, there's my strawberries hiding at the back there. Surprisingly still alive. But yeah, time to clean up. Oh, so to fix the runner bean arch and pick some beans first. If they're firm, if there are any tomatoes on there that are firm, as long as they're not split or mouldy. It's not? No. Pulling half the Look at that. Just hold that up a minute so I can show everyone. Look how that's one tomato plant. Isn't that crazy? You see we've still got a few little green ones on there. So the plan is to look at that. That one's no good, that one's all mouldy. So that one can go in the bin. That's fine, chuck it in. The underripe ones we can either try and ripen up in the kitchen or we can make chutney. Bye bye tomatoes. I'm sorry. I feel like I've let everyone down. I feel like I've let everyone down. Just by the way, this one on the back fence is definitely ready. Yeah. Because that's the colour it should be, that nice greeny, grey, bluey colour. Yeah. You've got a couple of people, have you? Of course, yeah.
Some of that one, that's some little white bits on it. Is that alright or not? It's neat, I think.
So making progress, making space. Some of these might be salvageable, but to be honest, I think at this point it's easier for me to just cut my losses. Just rip the whole lot out. Take what we've got, start again next year. Sad times, but you know. Well, they may not be feeding me, but they're feeding somebody. Hey little guy. And there's some happy caterpillars in this polytunnel right now. And so we go so far. What a difference.
No more jungle.
Bye jungle. Right, we're going to pick up all these tomatoes. And that's it. And I can get to my little potting table at the back again so I can start sorting out some seeds ready for next year. I'm going to just get some of those pots of my baby spider plants soon. I've got quite a good little haul. So I'm going to make some chutney. I think. I know it's weird, isn't it?
This one.
Mike's caterpillar rescue.
Oh.
Don't drops him.
Good buddy.
Hey friends, thanks for eating all my tomatoes. You're welcome.
And make big, beautiful butterflies. It's good quality plant, that's it.
And that's it, friends. That's the end of the polytunnel for now. I need to pick up all these tomatoes, give it a good rake over, and then we're done. So, if you want to see the finished object, and you want to see it when it's completely cleared, oh hello, you'll have to watch some more of my vlogs. I'll watch back next week. I'll try and do another garden update. Hair's looking good. I've probably got caterpillars in it. So yeah, that's what's left. Feels a bit sad. Feels very sad actually. I feel a bit like I might cry. But that is the reality. Unfortunately, life gets in the way sometimes. Oh, we haven't done too badly. I've got a basket full of tomatoes. They're not all ripe, but I can make chutney, or I can, you know, some of them might ripen up indoors, some of them are almost ripe. But yeah, it's just a bit. Yes, so that is that. I'm going to leave it there. And hopefully I will see you back here next Tuesday for another garden update. See you later. Bye. Green hands. I won't focus. There you go.